Is it possible to be grateful that you have a rare disease? I'm going to answer that question, but first let me welcome you to episode 4 of FAridays. Every Friday in May, Friedrich's Ataxia Awareness Month, I'm putting out a video telling you more about FA. Let's jump in. Okay, so if you missed episode 1 through 3, they're on YouTube, Facebook, IGTV. Go check it out. Also want to announce, please comment any questions you have. My last video is going to be a Q&A. So let me know what you're wondering about in the comments. And that's what I'm going off of for my last video. In this video, I'm going to answer the question, is it possible to be grateful that you have a rare disease? My answer, as you may have guessed, is yes. And I'm going to tell you why by telling you a little bit about my story. The first reason that I would say yes is because my rare disease caused my false self and identity to come crashing down. As a young man in high school, I was worried about sports, girls, and being popular. And there's a time where all those things were going great. You know, I had a girlfriend, great friend group, and sports were going really good. And then little by little, those things started to fall apart. Girl broke up with me. You know, now I can laugh about it, but when you're 17, that can be world shattering, right? So, and then friends went different directions, and but most importantly to me at that time, my athletic career didn't flourish, and I dreamed of playing for sure college. I thought I could definitely at least play minor league baseball when I was little, but those dreams, they died. And you can look at that and see only the negative side, but something really cool happened in that time in my life where I had mentors and friends who did a thing called Young Life together, and we learned about God and about our purpose, about Jesus. And that really changed my whole life. It was like my false identity I built came crashing, and I started to find out who I really was, what my true purpose on earth was, and that I'm a child of God. And I was not diagnosed with the FA at this point. So, you know, I learned these things, and it changed my whole life. And the next thing that happened after high school was crazy. You know, I got asked to come be a leader at this Young Life camp for middle school kids. And, you know, for the first time in my life, I wasn't on a football team or a sports team, so I had no commitment, and I really didn't know what to do with myself. So I said, sure, I'll go to camp. I had an amazing time at camp. I ended up becoming the team leader of that ministry. Ended up volunteering for 4 years, and after college, I went on staff. I wasn't playing sports, but I got into coaching. My high school football coach told me, hey, if you ever want to come coach, let me know. And so I did. And sure enough, through these experiences, I got to coach and mentor and hopefully impact hundreds of young people's lives. You know, what an amazing opportunity that I had, that if everything that I dreamed for my life worked out, I would have never had. Also, not being in sports, I joined Welcome Week at Bethel University. It's the orientation week, and I got to participate in just an awesome week of activities, and that's how I first found a passion for doing spoken word poetry, which later blossomed into making music. I'm by no means a famous artist, but you know, I've been on stage before over 10,000 people. You know, songs that I've done have reached, all in all, over 100,000 people, and hopefully impacted lives along the way. And that has been an amazing opportunity. And that all happened before I was diagnosed with FA. But really, it was the FA that drove me away from what I wanted to my life and drove me into my true purpose. So that's all cool and great, right? But then when you get diagnosed with the rare disease and told that you'll lose your ability to walk, be in a wheelchair, you could die early, then that becomes more difficult, right? There's a verse in the Bible. It says, "Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." It's easy to be a good, impactful person when everything is good in your life, right? But then when something tragic or bad happens, you know, a lot of people turn away. They turn away from God. They turn away from their purpose, their potential. What I found in that verse is actually my trials are making me into who I'm meant to be. They're making me mature and complete. And I can look back and say, you know, God has worked in my life through this diagnosis, even before I was diagnosed. You know, it led me into coaching, mentoring, speaking, music, spoken word, and things that have been used in an amazing way. And so I have confidence and I have faith that in the midst of this diagnosis, that in some way God has a plan for me, that He will use it in amazing ways. Is it a bummer I can't go compete athletically? Yeah. Is it a bummer I can't skate, rollerblade, I can't water ski, I can't climb a mountain? You know, yeah, it is. It is a bummer. Is it difficult when, you know, I want to play? I envision playing and coaching my son and thinking I won't be able to do that? Yes, it is hard. It is painful, but I trust and believe that within that pain, trial, and difficulty, that I'm being molded and shaped into something far greater than I would have otherwise been. And for that reason, I can say yes, I am grateful that I have FA. That may sound crazy. Maybe your story isn't like mine. Maybe you have FA and you haven't seen it work in these amazing ways. Maybe you have a different struggle, but I want to encourage you that whatever it is, if you allow it, your trial will bring you into who you're truly meant to be. And I believe that if you seek God, He will reveal to you your purpose. And I also believe that when I die, I'm going to go to heaven and live in a eternal state with no joy, or all joy, no pain, no suffering, and I'll be in a restored body. And that gives me so much hope. And my hope is these videos have given you hope. Like I said, please comment, let me know what questions do you have. I'm gonna do one more video. I'm gonna do a Q&A. If no one comments, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, because, well, I'll figure it out, but hopefully you'll comment. And yeah, that's FAriday episode 4. Go check out Cure FA. Go subscribe to my YouTube, please. Share this video, and thank you to everyone who's watched. I'll see you next week.